Okay, so this is just actually something I want to try. Now, I know a lot of people who I've talked to who say, are summons worth it? Should I bother, should I be honing and farming for summons, or should I be doing, like Quake and Blade Blitz? And I've really been pushing people against summons, but actually, I think I may have a strategy that will be good for people who want to focus on summons. So I've introduced you guys to the record materia system, and I'm going to introduce a specific kind of record materia that I think will really enable people who want to do heavy summons, and that's this. So the summoner, when he gets to level 50, eventually he'll get his memory crystal, and you can raise his level cap to 65. Now when that happens, he will get, I'll show you that initially, he will get this materia, which is there's a chance that between battles you will recover one use of your summon abilities. But there's only a chance. Now the way you get his second materia, which is this, is all you do is you put him in your party and you farm. So if you're farming daily dungeons, just throw him in the back row with whoever you want to level or something like that. It only took me like half a day to get this and like 2 or 3 other ones. So it doesn't take that long to drop, but basically this is guaranteed. So at the beginning of each battle, you recover one of each summoner ability. So I'm going to go ahead and test this out to see. I think this actually has a lot of potential because a lot of elite dungeons later, it's actually more difficult getting to the boss because of how hard the mobs hit than it is actually fighting the boss. And so if you have this ability to recover your summons between each round, you can basically use your summoner, somebody like, I'm going to go ahead and use Rydia, you can basically use her to clear 2 waves of each battle, and she'll have, so even if you only have 1 cast of each summon, she'll have both of those summons back up in the next battle, so you can clear 2 out of every 3 dungeons with 1 attack. And so you'll take no damage, you don't have to worry about heals, anything like that. You can get to the boss almost unscathed. I think. I haven't tested that yet. If I do, I will certainly do that and upload it. This is just a test run, so I'm going to slow it down. This is just a daily dungeon, so I'm going to have her cast her summon magic. So we'll do Phoenix. This I didn't create. It was used, it was granted as a reward for clearing the dungeon. So Phoenix does AoE fire damage, and it revives 1 KO'd ally. So just something to keep in mind. So we'll just go ahead and clear this wave using melee, and then we'll have her do Shiva in the next one. And then we'll go into the next battle, and she should have both Shiva and Phoenix up again. So here we go, we'll use Shiva. We'll just have everybody auto after this. She might actually, I think these might actually be ice. So you have to be careful, because I just picked it random, yeah. So they absorbed it, but whatever. But the idea is still the same. So she used both of hers. Obviously you'd have to check ahead to see which enemies are absorb or vulnerable, so that doesn't happen. So obviously it would have been better to take Ifrit, but I didn't really pay attention. So we'll go into the next battle, and we'll see if she has her abilities recovered. So this also would be, normally the concern would be, well, you get to the boss and you burn 2 summons and then she's useless. She has no ability to do anything, which is not actually true, because if you've seen some of my other videos, I've been using counterattack a lot, which means that even if you get to the boss and she uses both of her summons and then she has no abilities left, yeah, there we go. Phoenix and Shiva both are back up. So this actually has a lot of potential for those of you who who really want to go a heavy summon spell build, this is going to be crucial for you guys to get, and this will let you clear content very easily, I believe. Now, of course, I'm just now working this out for myself, so I'm kind of discovering this too. I never tested this before. Like I said, I just got this record materia a couple days ago, so it's still kind of new for me, even though it's been out for a while. But I think this is a game changer for those of you who want summons, because, as I was saying, you put summons on them. You max them out. You just burn all of her summons on the boss, and you could even do defensive ones too. You could do Kieran and an offensive one. And once she's exhausted all those, let's say you have Cloud with his counterattack. Once she's out of abilities, every turn just have her attack Cloud, and that basically turns her into a bruiser, because every turn she takes, she basically is generating an attack that is equivalent to Cloud's. So it's almost like you have two bruisers. So really something to consider. I'm actually pretty excited about this because like I said, I haven't tried this before, and some dungeons are very difficult to get through because of how much damage you take. And so a lot of dungeons I was going through with double strike and smash upper and these physical abilities with all bruisers, but I was having to use a lot of heals and a lot of my double cuts and smash uppers just to clear the normal mobs going up to a dungeon, because they have like 5,000 hit points, and it's just too much. You lose points and you take too much damage if you don't. So having this AoE clear that you can use 2 times each set of 3 battles, it basically makes clearing mobs up to a boss very easy, as long as you take and you hone the right one. So I'm actually considering investing in summon materia now, summons and stuff like that, just because of this. And this actually puts Rydia back on the radar because of her attack and her high summon capabilities, because of how strong her summons are. And it would be really good for her Final Fantasy IV now with synchro and everything like that. So I had talked in my character recommendations about she'll get replaced and I don't use her in Final Fantasy IV. This actually changes my perspective, and I actually would like to try to incorporate her into Final Fantasy IV dungeons because of this. So I really urge you guys to think about this, and even I would apologize to people who I kind of discouraged against trying to build up their summon spells. This is really going to make your investment worthwhile, and I think this is really something to keep your eye on in future content. So I really, and I'm going to try to find out more, kind of play around with more stuff like this to give you guys more this style of commentary and this kind of information, to give you guys some ideas about how to build what to build towards in the future. So I'll see you guys in the next one.